All right, we're going to start a little video here to discuss the benefits of mixing scripting using AHK and Excel. Truly using Excel is very important to anyone who is trying to organize many projects into a week's time. As somebody who was managing 30 plus employees at a time, I found that I was spending a lot of my time sending emails, attaching files, creating files, filling in spreadsheets, when I was really just taking information from, for example, email to Excel or Excel to email. But the computer is capable of doing that for us. We can write back-end programs that will just do all of this for us. So the first example that I'll show you, I'm going to walk through this a little slowly, so hopefully you can kind of understand what we're trying to do. But this is a sample of an assigning routine, essentially. So we'll have a contractor who will say, hey, I need a job. We have our spreadsheet, which is the schedule management spreadsheet. It will have all of our jobs listed here. We'll have a job number, a job name, our customer name, a job type, hours, and due dates. So all of that kind of stuff is actually calculated by this spreadsheet, which is already a very high level spreadsheet in and of itself. It requires very little use on my end, but we're just going to build on that by taking some of this information and going and filling out things like rate agreements to send to people and tracking all of our invoices for that person for the year. Things like that you have to spend time organizing, or again have the computer do it for us. So we'll be working with this spreadsheet here. You'll see that in a little bit. We have little what we call INI files, which are basically little miniature databases of information that we can create just in a simple text file. And we can basically correlate. You're looking at initials. So we reference all of our guys with using their initials typically. And I can save their name, email address, and their pay rate very easily, and the computer can access these things very quickly. I no longer have to remember, Anthony's email address, for example. I don't need to remember Duncan's. I have changed these names just for the record so that we don't have any conflict of interest or people that are contacting each other that shouldn't be. We will be using several other spreadsheets then, depending on what type of job, and filling in 2 spreadsheets on each, saving one to a new location so that we can track all of our jobs. We will build here, for example, this will just continue to build. Each job that we put in will be entered into our rates so that we can always have that for records. And this is also where we will house our Excel sheet, which we will attach to the email, which again will be auto-generated towards the end of that scripting routine. So to show you exactly what we will be filling in, we have to get back to our spreadsheets here. Again, we're going to start from here, pull information automatically, and start feeding it elsewhere. And the first one that we will use is what we call our both rate agreement here. It's simply stating, hey, Henry, you're going to detail, we got today's date we'll fill in. We will fill in the job number, automatically the job name, the due date, which is obviously very important, number of hours, and a rate. This number of hours you will see on this sheet is actually going to be 1.5x what we pull from the scheduling management routine. That is because we are paying this person to complete drawings and check them. So in our world, that's actually like a 50% increase in pay because it takes longer to do. So that's kind of what we do. We multiply the hours by 1.5x, and then we'll get our job rate, which again was correlated to this detailer's hourly rate, which we no longer have to remember or anything like that. So we'll create this spreadsheet, fill in all the information that I just showed you there, and we will save it to that rates for job folder. So we'll be able to come back later and see it here. And then we will jump to whatever detailer we happen to be assigning. In this case, it was Henry, right? We'll open that up. They have a running tally of all jobs they've done this year. So the first job we would have assigned to him this morning would have been this one. We'll keep a running total of his cost to the company, and every job that we assign will just automatically kind of come down here to the next row and continue to build a list so that we don't have to open this, save it, etc. Actually really cool stuff. Probably would take you, if you can picture, anywhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 minutes, you know, to open these files, type in these, you know, 4 boxes here, and you had another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes here, and these boxes are calculated off of other information that you'd have to go look up, that kind of thing. So maybe 5 or 10 minutes that this would take you to do and get it all saved where you want it to. This will do it in seconds. We're talking maybe 5 seconds when we run this routine here. So that's the introductory video of what we're going to do. I'll have another video that I'll send that's going to just show you how quick it happens. Obviously that video will be much more quick. I hope you guys like what you see. It is very, very nice to sit at work and push these buttons and just watch your computer do the job. I can't express how good it is, especially for someone who is in like management. If you're trying to manage people's time, assign them work, and make sure that everybody's busy, but also that they're doing things in the right way, this stuff is very key to that. So next video will be our first script.